Today, I'm going to show you how to use AI in Tana to capture the meaningful moments of your life in just 5 minutes a day without the hassle of traditional journaling. Now, I'm terrible at remembering things, and one of my fears is getting to the end of my life and not having a record of all of those memories that actually made up my life. And it turns out I'm not the only one worried about forgetting those moments.
I write a lot of stuff down because I don't want to forget it. So I feel like if you can't remember the lesson, you might as well not have lived it and learned it.
The problem is I'm terrible at traditional journaling or keeping up with any kind of journaling routine. So I built a story snapshot AI coach in Tana to help me capture all of those moments. Basically, it analyzes my day and asks me questions to help me uncover a story or a snapshot that I want to preserve. So, in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things. Firstly, how to set up your own story snapshot AI agent on your day page in Tana. 2, the exact prompt I use to make this process take less than 5 minutes. And 3, how to find your story snapshots again so you can easily find and use them later. But before we jump in, if you don't have time to watch endless YouTube tutorials and you just want to build a high-performing digital workspace that works harder than you do, then check out my Tana Fast Track course. It will get you up and running in Tana, well, fast. First, you'll learn all the fundamentals in less than an hour. Next, you'll choose from our 6 core workflow templates that are simple plug-and-play templates, so there's no 86 super tags to install that you'll never use. You choose the templates that you need to customize your workflow. And you also have our TFT community to ask questions and get direct help from me, plus a load of other resources. Over 500 people have already taken Fast Track and loved it. So if you want to get on the Fast Track, I will leave a link in the description below. And let's get back to the video. All right, so let's get this set up. What you're going to do is you want to be on your day page, and we're going to add this agent as a command to our day page super tag. So first things first is come to your super tag, right click and go configure. That's going to get you here into your configuration panel. And then we want to go to AI and commands. Now, where you want to set this up is in the full menu. That means it's going to show up somewhere here at the top underneath the name of your today node. So you can see I've already got some menus set up, and I've already got this set up in my Chief of Staff Copilot menu. Okay, but I'm going to show you how to set this up from scratch, just so you know exactly how to set this up. Now, this particular command is going to use the Start AI Chat function, which I did a full video on. So if you want to check that video out first, I'm going to leave a link above. And otherwise, I'm going to show you step by step how to set it up. So if we close these up, what you're going to do is create a new node here in full menu. And we're going to call this story snapshot. Okay. Then it'll prompt you to turn this into a command, which we want to do. Once we have done that, then underneath, we want to add the Start AI Chat command module. So just go at and type start and you'll find that. Okay, so Start AI Chat is here. Open that up and then add configuration is what we want to click on. And then what we're going to do here is add a field called agent. So just type shift period and go agent. And that's going to get us everything that we need, okay? So in here is where we create our agent, which is where we're going to have all of our custom commands and prompts and things like that. So let's call this the story agent, okay? And again, you're prompted to create an agent. So go convert. And then you've got all of the fields that you need in order to create this agent. So the first one is a system prompt. And if you've ever used ChatGPT or Claude, you would put custom instructions. This is exactly the same as that, okay? So all of the context that we need for this, we're going to put here in the system prompt. Then we have a chat greeting. So that's really the first message that shows up. It's not functional. It doesn't do anything. I just usually write, how can I help you today? Something like that. And then the initial prompt is what kicks off the whole process. In these agents, you don't have to have an initial prompt. You can just have a system prompt that then opens up and you can write anything in and use it like you would use Claude or ChatGPT. But one of the great things about Tana is you can kick this off with a very specific task, and this is how these become agents. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to put in each of these. Okay, so this is a system prompt that I've created. It works really, really well. Basically, what it does is it's saying, you're a storytelling coach that's going to help me reflect on my day. You're going to start by reviewing all of my notes, ideas, everything that happened during the day. And you're going to find one thing that you think is really, we can focus on. Then you're going to ask me some questions about it. And then, ask me if I want to reflect on anything. We talk about tone, and then we talk about some things down here like don't invent events or embellish users' experience or anything like that. Okay, so that's what we do there. In the chat greeting, again, how can I help you? Okay, and then in the initial prompt, I keep this really simple because we're given all of the context up above, and really this is for the task. Okay, so here's what happened today along with my daily notes. Can you help me find a story snapshot? So what you're going to do is you're going to add this little tag in here, okay, sys context. What that does, you have to type it exactly that way, but it will insert everything that you already have on your day page. So if we have a look over here, you can see I've got a bit of a fictitious day page, and it will insert all of this in and send it over to the AI. Now, the other thing that I find helpful is to insert a live search in here that looks for all of the events and all of the tasks that I have on for that day. You already might have that in your day page, but we're just going to set this up from scratch. And this is one of the great things about having AI built into Tana is that you can create these live searches and they're dynamic. So if I do this today, it's going to insert all of my today page stuff. If I do it tomorrow, it's going to find everything that I had on tomorrow. So if you want to create a search here, now you can't do the normal question mark at the beginning of a sentence here in agents, but what you can do is go Command K. Okay, so we're going to go Command K, find nodes. I'm going to find nodes with the tag event. And then I'm going to just use my up and down arrows to get to find nodes with tag event with field. Okay, enter that. And then I'm going to find my date field. Okay, enter again. And then usually what I do is I just choose a random date here, then go enter, and then go enter again to view it as a list. All you have to do there in Command K is just find what you need, press enter, and keep pressing enter until you get your list, okay? What you want to do then is just click on your search options, open the query editor, remove this random date, and you want to type parent, okay? Then go run and done. If you got events on that day, I don't have any events on today, but if you've got events on that day, they will show up. And then just rename this to today's events. If you want to add tasks in as well, just come back in here. And then all you have to do is you'll need an OR, okay? And then you want to drag your event down in here and then also find your task super tag, okay? So both of those, and then you can close it up. Again, that's dynamic. So if I do this tomorrow, it's going to find tomorrow's events. And that's it, okay? You don't need to worry about any of these fields. And then all you have to do is choose your favorite AI model. So for me, I like using Claude 3.7, but you might like using a Gemini model or something else. So up to you. Once that's done, you can close everything up. And now you're going to see a button here on your day page, or if you've put it into a menu, you're going to see it inside your menu. And every time we come in here and we click on it, that is going to kick off our agent. So you see the chat opens up here on the side. We have the initial greeting, okay, ready to find your story-worthy moment. And then it kicks it off. So I've reviewed your notes for today. I see several interesting moments. It seems like you had a breakthrough with your YouTube content creation after feeling blocked. Let's explore that. Okay, so it gives me a couple of different questions. So you mentioned waking up at 3 a.m., but then by 7, you had 3 videos outlined. Can you tell me more about this transition? Right, and so all that we have to do is answer the questions. Okay, so I might say something like, I used my AI agents to help me. On a normal day, I would give more info and it would ask me some more questions. But what's happening here is it's kind of building my story-worthy moment, okay? Now, if you don't like what it says, you can always, follow up with, please change this or do this. If you don't like the actual story-worthy moment and something else happened, then all you have to do is just tell AI that, okay? But once you've got it, then what we want to do is, usually I just tab this in. So I've got one node that I need to grab, and I just drag this in to the end of my day page, and I tag it with story snapshot. So if I close that up, then every day I have one of these story snapshots that I can, look at. And, at the end of a week, I can see all those different stories. At the end of a month, at the end of a year. And it's a really great way and very quick to be able to find those stories that happened that you want to capture and remember. Now, to set up your story snapshot tag, if you obviously won't have one, is the first time that you do it, just type hashtag story snapshot. That's going to create your super tag. Then all I do is I just add one field, which is a date field. So if you come here, right click and go configure, then you can just come into your content template and just create a new field, which is date. Okay, call it date. And then the only thing that I do is I click on this little icon and I just initialize it to the current date. So what that means is every time I tag something with a story snapshot, it automatically tags it as today's date. And it's just one thing that I then don't have to go and fill in. And so now if I ever want to go and see all of those stories in one place, all I have to do is click on story snapshot, and that gets me to the super tag page. All right. Now, I have hidden most of my story snapshots, but what usually you see is a whole lot of different story snapshots here of all the different things that I've been doing. But what I do is I configure this page. So I have in this first tab, all stories. So usually there's a big long list of them. And what I do is I sort these by date descending. Okay. And then I've created two other tabs, okay, where I can see just this week or just this month. Okay. And the way to do this is that you can literally just come here and go all stories and go duplicate. Okay. And then just come here to your search options. And what you want to do is you want to create a new field. So shift period, then just type date. If you get this yellow error, it just means that it's the wrong date field for this super tag. So just go fix it and it will fix it for you. And then all you want to do here is for relative date. And if you're finding this week, you go this week. Okay. Or if you're finding this month, you go this month. Okay. And if you run that, and done. And then you just want to change this to, if you're doing this month, you want to change the name of it. Okay. So we'll just delete that for now. And that's just an easy way to see all your stories this week, this month. So I hope you try this journaling technique out for yourself and see how easy it is to build a really simple habit of capturing one story a day. And if you want to dive deeper into how to journal in Tana, check out this other video I created on 3 easy ways to journal with Tana. And don't forget, if you want to build a smart digital workspace that works harder than you do, check out my Tana Fast Track course. And of course, if you want more Tana content like this in your feed, you should like and subscribe to the channel.